Okay, so I decided to do my presentation on human papillomavirus. Um, it's abbreviated as HPV and is one of the most common STDs among the United States. So, the picture on the front screen is a pap smear of the cells taken off of a woman's cervix that is infected with HPV, which is a virus. And the virus can eventually lead to cervical cancer. It can cause warts. And that's pretty much the only symptoms that you have from it. It's pretty much a silent virus that usually women under the age of 30 can fight off alone. Okay, what is human papillomavirus? It is a sexually transmitted disease. It is the most common, and 50% of sexually active people will get it at least once in their lifetime. There are 100 different strands of HPV, and it is common among men and women, but men are only carriers. Women suffer the symptoms. So men carry the virus while women can eventually lead to getting cervical cancer, but men, nothing happens except for maybe men can get the warts on their genitals, in their mouth, or on somewhere on their body. And it's so common that anybody can get it. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can't, and condoms are not always 100% effective against this virus. The symptoms of HPV. Genital warts is the only noticeable symptom of HPV. They can be flat, raised, flesh-colored, pink, or cauliflower-shaped. I would not put a picture on here of the graphics because it is very disturbing if you woke up one day and seen that. They can appear on the genital area, throat, tongue, hands, feet, thigh, or anal area. There are low-risk and high-risk types of HPV. Low will not cause cancer, and high-risk might cause cancer if it does not clear within 2 years or it stays in your body for a long period of time. Usually, if you're, like I said, if you're under the age of 30, your immune system is strong enough to fight it off. If not, then they do a kind of a laser surgery where they burn off the infected cells on your cervix. But now that they figured out that that's not always needed to treat this, that they stop doing it and let it run its course to see what it does for people. This is a diagram that I found on the internet. HPV, sexually transmitted HPV infections are common and often asymptomatic. Untreated cases of women are the main cause of cervical cancer. It starts as a sexually transmitted virus that causes cancer. More than 100 types of HPV have been found. 15 have been identified as putting women at high risk for cervical cancer. Number one is how it starts. The virus in cervix enters cells through microabrasions. As you can see, it goes through the tissue and infects the cells. Several weeks later, it replicates, and the infection spreads throughout the cervix, causing redness, maybe swelling, the usual. Okay. 90% of cases heal within 2 years. So it's a very great chance that whatever case you have is going to heal, especially if you are young and you have a strong immune system. Number 3 is 0.8% of cases develop cancer. The cancer will not develop overnight. Cancer, they said, takes at least the 10 years to develop if HPV goes untreated. That's why in women, pap smears are so important to your health. Regular pap smears, 1 a year. You don't need any more than that. Just go get it checked out. Cancer is associated with HPV. Cervical cancer, cancer of the cervix and a woman's vagina. The cervix is typically just the wall lining of a woman in the inside of a woman's vagina. Genital cancers, also cancer of the vulva, vagina, penis, or anus. A type of head and neck cancer called oropharyngeal cancer, cancer in the back of the throat, including the base of the tongue and tonsils. As you can see, it does cause cancer that will not develop overnight. Like I said, there's very many treatments. Warts can be frozen off. Cells can be burned. It's not like a life or death situation, but it is critical. Treatment and cure for HPV. There is no current cure for HPV, but the good news is that your immune system will eventually clear it on its own if you are an infected person under the age of 30. It's a higher risk for older people since their immune systems are not as strong as a younger person's. There's also a shot available for women, which is Gardasil, and is recommended for women as young as 12 years old, and is a shot of 3 series and protects and prevents the 4 worst types of HPV. Now, with that shot, it's available in 3 injections, I think spaced 3 months apart. It's recommended for anybody under the age of 30. I got it personally. I think every woman gets it. Every doctor recommends it, that you get it. And it does protect against those 4 worst types, those 4 worst strands of the virus itself. This is just a little picture I put together about the prevention of this. Condoms, they say that they are 70% effective towards HPV because even genital to genital contact, not even sexual intercourse, can spread the virus. That's why it is so common and infectious among, people. Planned Parenthood, obviously, go get your pap smears. If you're a man and you're seeing warts or anything, weird things on your genitals, go get checked out. Gardasil, the shot that I discussed in a previous slide, protects against the 4 worst types, but just don't think that you're protected against all of them, because you are not. And the last one is, of course, abstinence. I don't know, who believes in what, but abstinence is a very good way to stay healthy and clean and just get in a monogamous relationship. Bottom line, to the women, get regular pap smears, use condoms. That doesn't guarantee the transmitting, or remain abstinent. To the men, you have no symptoms, so stay monogamous to your partner. This can cause mental, emotional, and physical pain to women, especially if cancer develops. This is an important issue because I am all for women's rights. I am all about the health of women, and this is the cause of cervical cancer, like one of the top cancers that occur in women. And it's very, health is important. And I think that's about it. Thank you.